In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the love chain. I have 3 different colored ribbons. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to position the 2 of the ribbons on one side. So basically on my left, like this. And I'm going to put 1 ribbon in my right hand that's going to go in the middle of the 2. And they'll be positioned at an angle. Okay, so notice it's purple, then gold, and then black. Okay, so they're positioned at an angle, 1 on the right side and 2 on the left. And then I'm going to go ahead and staple that. All right, so now that I have my ribbon looking like a V, I'm gonna go ahead and fold it so I can get into the first position and start making the braid from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bottom ribbon, which is the black one in this case, and I'm going to fold it down. So now that it looks like a Y. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the gold one, so the one on the right, and fold it forward so that now it looks like this. Okay. So you see I have gold, black, and 1 sticking out on the left side. Now, one of the things that you need to know is that every time we take a step, you're always going to get back to this first position. So if you see this first position, that's what I call it, position 1, you know that you're doing the right thing. And by the way, what I call position 1 means the ribbon sticking out to the left or to the right, which makes me think of a cute little unicorn. That's position 1, no matter how the horn is. Okay, so the first thing I do is I'm going to fold one of these ribbons over, and I always start with the ribbon on the side where this one is sticking out. So since the purple one is sticking out here, I'm going to start with the black one, and I'm going to cross it over. And now I'm going to be in position 2, which is a V with something sticking down on the side. But I want to get back to position 1, so I need to make sure to bring this one down. And now position 1 means I have 2 ribbons sticking down at the bottom and 1 sticking over to the side. Okay, so that's like the first step. And basically we're now going to repeat this. Since the black one is on this side, I'm going to take the gold and move it over to make a V, cross it over, make it a V. So that's position 2. So now I have a V, but I don't want to keep it there. I want to bring this one down, cross it over. And now once again, I'm back to position 1. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing that. Again, we have the gold sticking out. So this purple one is going to cross over, make a V. So now that is position 2, and I need to get it back to position 1. So the golden crosses down. And we just basically repeat and repeat and repeat. So the one thing that I'd like for you to notice is that because there's so much ribbon, and typically when we make these, we make them usually a lot longer, the ribbon can get pretty tangled. So you just have to make sure that you move them around so that they don't get super tangled. And this one might get a little more tangled because I'm using the gold diamond dust, and that tends to curl up like when you're getting towards the end of the spool. Okay, so let me go ahead and get a few more done so you can see what it's looking like. I've got my V, position 2, back to position 1. Cross over, position 2, back to position 1. And that's like what I've noticed with a lot of braids is really what you're doing is, the setup is kind of like the hard part. And then what you're doing afterwards is just finding the pattern and repeating it. Okay, so we get to the part where we're at the very end, where we're out of space. How do we finish this off? So the way that I tend to finish it off is I just bring them together like this, and then I staple it. And it's nice because you don't want it to be bulky all the way at the end, because this is the part that tends to go at the top, and you staple it up, so that makes it easier to get it stapled onto the crown. And so that is our love chain.